G'day, how's it going? Welcome to another video, Wild Wisdom. This trip we're going to head off for 3 days and see how we get on. We're doing it a bit like we did last time. We're taking absolutely no food, not even a tea bag. We've got 10 items as you'd see on the Alone program. I've been given access to the back of some farmland that's been planted in Manuka in the North Island of New Zealand, and we're probably got about half an hour walk to get back to where I want to camp. I'm going to give it a go, hopefully get onto some animals. Should be a few goats, probably a few deer, definitely a few pigs around looking at the sign, and I'm not quite sure what we're going to find as far as vegetation to forage on, so we'll just have to take it as it comes. I have been up in this area before many years ago when my kids were young. We used to come and camp here a bit, so I do have the advantage of knowing it a little. Having said that, of course, we've got plenty of tucker with us, so living off the land is a little bit different. So when I get to camp, I'm going to go through my gear, I'll unpack my pack and just go through bit by bit and show you what I've got and see how it all pans out. Of course, the weather's reasonably settled, hopefully going to get 2 good days, and then closer to the weekend it looks like a bit of rain, so we'll just take it as it comes and have a good crack at it. So have a look around, and we'll talk again soon. It is spring, early spring. It's actually the 11th of September, 911, would you believe? It's been quite wet lately, so getting a fire going is probably going to be a bit challenging. So as we go, we're looking out for anything that might be suitable for tinder, and anything, of course, that might be edible. So first thing I've seen looks like a bit of toy here. So we might scavenge off a little bit of leaf, a little bit of dried seed head, see how we go. It's quite damp on this face, but hopefully further up there'll be something a bit drier. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a couple of goats, a couple of black goats on the track. So we're going to go along a bit further, see if we can't get a shot at one of these, because we're actually not that far from camp. There's a white one as well, see about there somewhere. Well, as you saw, I got busted by that billy goat right at the last minute and put them on red alert. I nearly got a shot away just then because I had them cornered in the fence, but I wanted to make sure it was a good shot, because my arrow, if I had missed my arrow, I would have gone way down over the bluff then. I'd never find it. Not to worry, I'm sure there's a few more around. Just got to get the right situation and make a good stalk. We should be all good for a bit of goat meat, hopefully. Check this out. I've just come into this wet gully by this creek here behind me, and I found these very tasty looking fiddleheads, the young growth of the fern. So I think it's a Kio fern. So we're going to steam that up tonight, and should be quite a feed. Okay, we're getting close to where we want to get to now. We're just going to go down here to the creek, the junction of the creek, two creeks down there. Find a nice dry campsite, hopefully a bit of firewood, get organised and get off for a hunt this afternoon. So it's about midday now, it's quite breezy, but it's a nice fine day, so yeah, we'll check it out later on. There's a couple of goats right by our campsite down there. It would be an awesome score if we could get one, so I'm going to drop my pack here and see if I can creep in close. We're on the board, boys, we're on the board. 2 shots, both hit, and he's down, Wow. Doesn't get much better than that. He's probably only 50 yards upstream from where I was going to camp. Both arrows hit primo, and a nice young goat right on the edge of the river, letting out. He's stone dead, so we'll leave him there. We'll get our camp down here. Far out, I couldn't have gone much better than that. Happy with the shooting. That's just primo luck, really. We're in the meat now, we've got meat, we can just enjoy ourselves and relax, explore, forage around, maybe have a crack at a deer or a pig. So I'm wrapped. That is an awesome start. So a big confidence boost to the old bow and arrow hunting. So yeehaw! Okay guys, well this is where I intended to camp. This is where I used to camp with my kids years ago. The lovely sunny little spot by the creek, swimming hole. It's pretty handy, so some handy good hunting spots up the hill. Gets a nice sun all day, bit of shade as well. My only concern is there's always been a bit of a lack of firewood here, so we're going to have to really probably scavenge around and carry it for a while. We'll probably get a little bit of driftwood from the creek, but not a lot. And what's there is probably pretty wet, so that could be an issue. We'll have to have a good scavenge around and see what's come down in the winter. I know I said I was going to unpack my gear and go through it when I got here, but I'm just going to go and take the guts out of this goat before it bloats up too much. It's quite a hot day, so we'll get the guts out and we'll get it hanging up in the shade there. Hello, dead pig here as well. Someone obviously caught one and dogs have obviously scragged it down here at some stage, so we'll get this goat, get the guts out, hang it up, let it cool down, see what we can find of firewood. Just trying to work out how to cross this creek without getting wet feet. Rocks are pretty slippery, so want to get over there. I'll try and drag it up the hill a bit, get the guts out and put the guts up there somewhere where it's away from the water, away from anyone else who might be coming here to camp at some stage. It'll only take a few days. I'm sure the wild pig will turn up and eat it. It doesn't take them long. So yeah, we'll get over hopefully without arsing up, getting wet. There's a big woolly wild sheep up there. A couple of them actually. Boy, gee, they'd go well on the camp oven too. Not that I've got a camp oven, but ooh. We won't be greedy. We've already got meat on the ground, so we'll make the most of that for a start and see how we go. Well, that arrow there has gone right through his throat. And that first one I fired was right in the lung, so no, he was stuffed, so pretty happy with that. And he wasn't going nowhere. Oh well, let's get his guts out. Young Billy, so should be right to eat. He's all good. Don't complain, if you're hungry you're going to eat any bloody thing. Well, we'll go back over the creek now and get into the shade, hang it up, camp organised. Firewood's an issue, still going to have to work hard for that, do my one thing at a time. Okay, I first said I'd go through my gear, so might as well, I'm going to pull it apart anyway, set up camp. So first off bow, it's just a El Cheapo Black Hunter, 200 bucks, pretty good bow really, 45 pound. I've got 6 arrows, nothing flash, they're carbon fibre I think, with board heads, and seems to do the job, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. I've got a couple of pillowcases, because haven't got that many clothes. I thought I'll bring a couple of pillowcases instead of using a spare shirt or a pair of underpants as a bag. Quite handy because I can forage around and put stuff in, like the fern fronds we found earlier on. Also I can chuck a bit of meat in there and hang it up, keep flies off it, or put a bit of tinder in here like I did as you walked in as well. So comes in really handy. This little dry bag here, I've got a little bit of paracord, always handy for something. Tripod, spare broadheads for those arrows, a couple of spare arrows, a little pocket knife, because I've got a Leatherman in here, an old Leatherman, but it's actually got a broken straight blade, so it's got a little wavy blade, but pretty average. So instead of buying a new knife, I just bought a little pocket knife just to help cut up meat and that sort of thing. I've got about 4 small hooks there in case I want to try and get an eel. Tough time to get eels because they go dormant in the winter and don't really get active until things start warming up. We might drop that liver in the water later and just see what turns up on dark day, just out of curiosity. A bit of heavy line in case you want to try and get an eel. GoPro cable, a little bit of snare wire. No idea what I'm going to use that for, but you never know. PLB, because I'm up here on my own, You never know when something's going to turn to custard and I need to get an emergency help of some kind. I think it's pretty much a no-brainer these days. It gives everyone a bit of peace of mind that you're going to be safe and or at least to get rescued if you really need to. The old ferro rod getting a bit worn out, but hopefully it'll do the job if we can find some good wood. So that's going to be the challenging part. And spare batteries in there for the headlamp, which will be around somewhere. So we'll go through the rest of the pack. Power bank, a couple of little power banks just for the GoPro. Hopefully get 2 or 3 charges out of them. I bought a cup because I'm only going to be in here 3 days. I'm not sure if I've got time to muck around making myself a cup, so I could drink out of the billy, but it's a pain in the arse actually. So, but if I was here long term, I'd whittle away something, make a cup. Headlamp. Billy. Well, I've got a little finger glove for the bow. Billy with a lid, boil water, make a stew out of it. Somewhere around I've got a little fry pan well. If I was doing a long trip somewhere and I didn't have to walk, I'd actually bring a little camp oven with a cast iron lid, which I could fry on as well. But because I'm carrying this gear around, I'm just using 2 different separate items, really, and it's a very small fry pan. So, rain gear, raincoat, I've got leggings as well. Got a little old dungy saw here which may or may not be useful. Bit of a budget thing, but you never know. This little sucker here is quite handy though. This is an old slasher that has been cut down as a machete. That's quite handy too if you want to manufacture something or cut up a bit of firewood or I don't know, chase off a wild boar, who knows. A couple of spare arrows in there in that bit of tubing just so that it ain't break. There's my tarp, just a little Stony Creek fly. No way I'm going to cart a big tarp around with me, that's just ridiculous. Small fly like this should be good enough if I pitch it right. Always put my gear in dry bags. Not so bad this trip where I'm not crossing the river or walking up and down a riverbed, but you never know when you might arse up and get wet. So good down sleeping bag, should be plenty warm enough for this time of year. And a couple of changes of clothes, I think. I've got a little down jacket for around camp, quite nice. Sitting around, a pair of rain trousers, gear, polycro, a couple of shirts and a pair of spare shorts. That's about the lot, so should be all good to go. I think we'll get the camp set up now and worry about our firewood. We've got plenty of light, so we'll go do some floating around, take the pack, and I'm sure we'll find something. I think that'll do. Hang it right in the way there in the middle. I can't get it torn on the other side, but should do the job. Pause of the rain, we'll find out anyway. The next stage is I've got to get a decent bed underneath. There's nothing worth it. A bad night's sleep is just, not refreshing at all. So make a bit of a mattress, plenty of ferns, see what we can find. The camp's getting pretty organised. Come and have a look inside. I think it'll be quite cosy. Got a nice bed of ferns in there, which seems quite soft at the moment. Yeah, time will tell. What else have I found? I found an old bit of ply, which is great. We use that as a kitchen. And there's an old table there that's fallen down a bit. But next stage really is to get a heap of firewood together. Could do with a brew. Get a bit of liquid in the system, get a brew, go for a walk. Well, it's mid-afternoon, it's about 3 o'clock or so. Quite windy still, but it's a beautiful day. I've got a stack of wood behind me, best I could find. It's been a real battle the last couple of years finding good wood, so I think what I'm going to do is take my pack this afternoon, and probably every hunt, and just try and bring a load home when I come back to camp. I've got enough for tonight and probably the morning if I make it last. But I'll hopefully find some dry wood away from the river a bit. There's not a lot down here, so while I was up the hill foraging around, I actually saw 3 fallow deer up the river, so I might get up closer to them and have a crack. The wind's no good at the moment, but who knows, it'll probably swing around later on. There's probably others around as well, so we'll get up a bit higher and maybe come down on them, see if we can't get a shot. It would be pretty awesome to have some venison. I'd rather eat that any day than over that goat, but the goat will be fine. I also want to get a few more greens. I'll try and find some more fern shoots, I don't know, whatever else is around. Probably got enough for dinner, but you can't have too much in the larder. Okay, let's get organised. Okay, I've come up the hill a little bit from camp. It's just actually quite nice sitting in the sun for a while. Just up here around the side I can see some goats, and pretty sure there's some small mob of fallow deer there. It's quite hard to make out exactly what they are without binoculars, but I'm pretty sure they're fallow deer. Try and point them out. So what I'll probably do is try and get up the hill above them, come round, see if I can come down on top. Yeah, could be other animals around too, so we'll just have to take it nice and quiet. No big deal if they all run away. There'll be others up the hill further up somewhere, so we'll edge up a bit closer anyway. Get a bit closer and have a shot. made a good shot. I'm pretty sure he's going to die just down the hill, so we're just letting him calm down because the other two pigs are still there, and I don't want to spook them and have them rush off and maybe get up into the bush and make it hard to find. So he's bleeding well, he's going to die in a minute. Yeah, so I'm just keeping an eye on it. That was an awesome bonus. I won't say for sure we've got him yet, but I know he's had hard infection. Looks like I've neck shot him, probably a bit far forward if anything. But I can't see how he's going to survive that. Mortally fucking hit. Can't believe he ran so far. Tough as hell. The arrows come right through the lung. This one here has done some serious wounding in the neck. Fuck, tough little pig. Oh well. Well, what a day. Goat and a pig on the first night. Man, what's next? A friggin' deer. We overrun with meat. Not very big, but heck, we'll get a meat off the back legs and back steaks at the very least. So that was awesome. Well, it's nearly 5 o'clock. Back down the creek. I've just taken the back wheels off this little pig. He's not very big. Front end was pretty shot up, and there wasn't bugger all on it, to be honest. So take these back wheels and we'll do something with it, cook it up. Found a little bit of firewood, but it's not a lot around here either. I think I might head back to camp, get a fire going and get a feed on the go. There's no point in me carrying on up the hill tonight. I'll leave those deer I saw alone until the morning, and hopefully in the morning the wind's drifting down the hill and I'll be able to get in closer and have a look. It'd be awesome to get a deer, but be cool just to get in close too. So we've been a great day, had a success, so we'll get back to camp now and hopefully get a fire going. Well, fire lighting 101. First key step is to get prepared. So got a tinder bundle here. Not sure how it's going to go. It's slightly damp. Some nice fine bits of manuka and some other bigger sticks there ready as well, so we'll have a crack at it. Well, that was easier than I thought. We'll build it up, build some nice coals and get a belly on the go and some dinner. Well, we've got a cup of tea at last. It's Manuka tea, so Yeah, I've probably made it a bit strong. It's quite hard to judge how many leaves you need to put in because the liquid's quite reasonably clear. So it's quite strong and bitter. But anyway, it's alright. Got a goat stew on the go, on the old fire, so just gonna boil that up for a while and chuck some veggies on and we'll have dinner. Probably take an hour, maybe. Cook it up, see how tender it is. That's both back legs of that goat, so I think tomorrow, well, we've got the pork to go as well, so tomorrow we'll try and get another goat anyway for tomorrow night. I don't know if you can see this, but there's actually an eel on that goat leg I put in there to see what turned up. So there's actually an eel chewing on it. Well, grub's up. We have tonight a fine cuisine. Look at that. So we've got boiled billy goat and steamed fern. Oh, look at that, absolutely divine, eh? People pay big money for that kind of free-range organic food. Anyway, we'll get it in my guts and see what happens.